Your frail body crumples to the ground as a single bullet finds its way home. The Mojave claims yet another fool who overestimated their luck. You stumble one step too close to the edge. In your final moments, you realize that gravity is a far more reliable killer than any raider. The last thing you see is the flicker of a plasma bolt before the world around you melts away in a burst of green light, forever lost to the Mojave. In a desperate attempt to run away from gunfire, you accidentally trigger an explosive. As the smoke clears, the last thing you hear is the laughter of the wasteland. You didn't think the Deathclaw nest would be so well guarded. Turns out you were wrong, so very, very wrong. Your final breath escapes you as the merciless sun beats down, and your last thought is that perhaps you should have brought more water. Overconfidence was your undoing as you charged at a super mutant, only to be quickly killed. In the end, it's their heavy boot that has the final word. Your heart stops as your Pip-Boy flickers out. Alone in the depths of Vault 34, surrounded by the feral ghouls, you realize no one's coming to save you. You failed to read the small print on the chem bottle. One overdose later, your short-lived attempt at survival mutates into an ironic end. A stray bullet from a powder-ganger's revolver brings you down. In the wasteland, even escaped convicts get their lucky shots. A powder-ganger's dynamite catches you off guard, ending your journey in an explosion of dust and shrapnel. In the Mojave, some grudges never die. As the radiation finally overtakes you, your body crumbles under the strain. In your final moments, you realize the Mojave is far less forgiving than it looks. Your vision blurs as your body succumbs to the poison in your veins. The wasteland is full of deadly surprises, and this one was invisible. Surrounded by legionaries, you're struck down with brutal efficiency. The Legion has no patience for those who defy its will. Ambushed by a horde of feral ghouls, you realize too late that some horrors of the past are best left buried. The Repcon test site claims another victim. As the Nightkin lunges from the shadows, you realize too late that it was a mistake to wander into its territory. Your screams echo in the empty halls of Repcon. As you trigger a seemingly innocent wire, a shotgun turns you into a red mist. The wasteland is not forgiving for those too curious for lost treasure. You're caught off guard by a Protectron patrolling the perimeter, its outdated defenses turning lethal. At Helios 1, the machines are always watching. A Cazador's venomous sting leaves you paralyzed and gasping for breath. You underestimated the dangers lurking in the shadows of the Mojave. While searching for supplies, a group of rad scorpions ambushes you, their stingers striking true. Your journey ends in the embrace of their deadly pincers. Surrounded by jackals, you find yourself outmatched and outnumbered. Their viciousness knows no bounds as you succumb to the pack. You thought you could take on a group of jackals, but their ambush leaves you gasping for breath. You learn too late that survival in the wasteland requires caution. As a merciless fiend carves into you, you realize too late that some bounties aren't worth the reward. You stumble into a back alley, only to be cornered by thugs. Your last thought is that Freeside's charm is nothing but an illusion. Caught in a firefight between the Kings and NCR, you become an unfortunate bystander. In Freeside, loyalty often means a one-way ticket to the grave. As you revel in luxury, an unseen hand strikes. In the ultra-luxe, decadence can mask a deadly agenda. Caught in a web of betrayal, you learn too late that in the ultra-luxe, appearances can be deadly. Your life becomes just another forgotten tale. With a sly grin, Benny pulls the trigger and your vision fades. The man who played you like a card in a rigged game walks away without a second thought. Benny's bullets find their mark, and you drop in the glimmering light of the Strip. In the end, even a shot at glory can end in a flash. Caught in the crossfire of a power struggle, you fall before the casino's glimmering facade. The house always wins, and today you lost. As the toxic cloud fills your lungs, your vision fades, and you realize far too late that greed isn't the best survival skill. The sound of your collar beeping faster fills you with terror. A final misstep, and your explosive jewelry sends you to meet the Sierra Madre's ghostly residence. After countless ghostly figures, locked vaults, and ticking collars. Your paranoia reaches a fever pitch, just as a trap finally takes you out for good. A faint shimmer catches your eye, but it's too late. The hologram's energy beam rips through you, leaving only echoes of what might have been your fortune. The last thing you see is a ghostly figure walking through the toxic fog. As it raises a spear, your dreams of wealth fade away. Your collar chimes one last time as you desperately fumble with the radio. Unfortunately, the Sierra Madre has no tolerance for slow learners. You feel an ominous presence, and before you can react, a white-leg's ambush ends your journey. Zion's tribes protect their land fiercely. You attempt to navigate Zion's deadly terrain, only to lose your footing on a cliffside. The beauty of Zion's rocks becomes your tombstone. In the dead of night, you get too close to the burned man. His vengeance doesn't discriminate between legion and stranger alike. Your body finally succumbs to dehydration and exhaustion under the relentless Zion's sun. The valley has no pity for the unprepared. A robotic voice echoes, "Test complete. Subject failure confirmed." You won't be the last to underestimate the dangers of the Big MT. A rogue laser from a robo-scorpion pierces your side, teaching you the hard way that scorpions come in all shapes and sizes here. You tried reasoning with the think tank. Turns out they find lobotomites more entertaining as subjects than conversationalists. You step too close to a field of energy and are disintegrated by unknown science. Old world blues and new world hubris, an explosive combination. A marked man strikes from the shadows, fueled by rage and radiation. Your journey to the divide ends in silence. The blistering heat of the divide overwhelms you as radiation sickness takes its toll. The courier may walk alone, but no one walks forever. You misjudge the reach of a deathclaw in the divide. As it towers over you, you realize there's no escape from the wrath of this land. As the NCR troops charge past you, you fall in the chaos, trampled by the very soldiers you sought to aid. In war, loyalty is often rewarded by indifference. Cut down by a Legion centurion in the final push, your body falls under the NCR flag, another casualty of the Republic's unending wars. Charging into the NCR line, you're struck down by a flurry of bullets. The Legion values strength, but the wasteland demands caution. An NCR Ranger's rifle finds its mark, and you crumple under the searing pain. Caesar's glory fades from your sight, leaving only silence. As the NCR presses forward, you're caught in the crossfire, a casualty of House's cold calculations. His Vegas may stand, but you will not see it. As the battle for Hoover Dam rages on, a stray bullet finds you. Even the best-laid plans of a calculating mind cannot protect everyone. A chaotic crossfire between the NCR and Legion claims you as an unintended victim. In a world of disorder, even the best intentions can falter. As Legion forces close in, you realize that independence is a lonely road, one you won't be traveling any farther.